Hey Amy, I'm Yvonne from Trusted Earth Farm, and I'm going to show you how to make a grilled zucchini and garlic scape pesto today. First we start out with fresh zucchini. I know that they are coming out of the garden really hard right now, so lots of people have lots and lots of zucchini. To start, we have to turn these into fillets, so we cut them in half, and then we cut them into about thirds. This is a good size zucchini for thirds. You want to use a zucchini that's not too big, or it gets really pithy and gross through the middle. It ends up being really kind of smushy after you grill it. So this is a nice size zucchini for it. So into thirds, then we'll do a yellow one for some nice fun color. Just cut off the top and bottom. Again in half, and then in thirds. And then what we do is we're going to put them on the grill, but we have to toss them in oil first. So I just put them into a bowl. You can either use olive oil. I use grapeseed oil a lot. Grapeseed oil has less free radicals as you heat it up. So it's actually a little healthier for you if you're going to cook it. Peanut oil and sesame oil have that same kind of thing. So just mix it in a little bit of oil, keeps them from sticking to the grill. And then I'm going to hand them over to Jamie. Jamie's going to put them on the grill. So when you put them on, try to get them all facing kind of the same direction. And then you want to show them how to crosshatch. So after you grill them for a little bit, what you'll do is you'll just move them to twist them, just going the opposite direction, and you'll get this nice cross hatching on them. So you basically let those cook for about 3 minutes, then you cross hatch them, 3 minutes, flip them over. So it takes about 12 minutes altogether to get them all super cooked nicely. They have to be a little bit soft, but not too soft where it's going to be mushy in your mouth, but that kind of nice al dente zucchini texture. So to put on top of our zucchini, we're going to make a garlic scape pesto. These are garlic scapes, which is actually the seed stalk and pod of the garlic plant. These come up no matter what, so we harvest them to increase the production size of the garlic bulb, but this is also a great usable product. They're really kind of weird and fun. They have all different kinds of fun shapes. This part is certainly the most edible part in the middle. The bottom is kind of hard. It's kind of like an asparagus. You can snap it right off. And then this is actually where the flower will come out. So we break that off too. I usually like to cut them and snip them to fit into here. So this is about a pound. So we can just put them right in here. So we have our garlic scapes all snipped and in the food processor, and then we're just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, then a little lemon juice, and a little more grapeseed oil, and then some Parmesan. So it actually is almost like a regular pesto. You could add nuts if you wanted. I usually choose not to, but you can certainly add some pine nuts or maybe some walnuts would be fine, even some cashews. So then we just turn on the food processor, and it just grinds it up. And you let it kind of pulse and puree in there. Now you have to keep in mind that raw, the garlic scapes taste a lot like garlic. They're not as strong, but they're still relatively strong, so you don't want to use a ton of this as your pesto. So you'll have extra of this, and it will freeze very nicely. We use it on pizza, we use it on sandwiches. You can mix a little mayo in there and make a nice aioli. It's a really nice base for different things. And if you grow garlic or you see these a lot at the farmer's market, they're pretty inexpensive. So it's nice to use this sometimes in place of basil, which can be pretty expensive to make a substantial amount of pesto. I just try to stir it a couple of times to make sure that those little bits are really getting ground up. And that's just about it. So it's a little chunky, and then all I do is I just spoon a little bit on top of our zucchini. Ends up being a nice little topping. is also a nice vegetarian dish if you have friends over, if you're grilling. Put a couple of cherry tomatoes on there. It's really nice and beautiful.